Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are taking a focus on the iPhone 12, my iOS device that I'm using as one of my daily driver devices, so that way I can keep up to date with all the cool things with iOS that people are interested in trying out Helium Mobile. Use my promo code shown here to get your first month for free. Of course, this device is pretty old. It is basically almost 4 years old. It came out in 2020. So yes, the reason that I'm doing this is because there's a lot of deals currently going on right now, and people are on the fence and they're wondering if they should upgrade to the iPhone 12. Now, I know some people will comment below and say, well, go for the iPhone 13, better battery life, go with the iPhone 14, go with the iPhone 15. But I'm going to give you guys my reasons why the iPhone 12 is worth getting in 2024 at this time, especially with those deals of what they're going for, right? Being priced at like $49.99 with Metro, and I think it's like $149 on Boost, but it may be different. Yeah, if someone knows off the top of their head, go ahead and comment below. But this device pretty much was Apple's first step into 5G capabilities. So the first iPhone with 5G. And so you guys can see that this is not the Pro model. It's not the Plus model. It's not the Mini. It's just a regular iPhone 12. And I will say right off key, it's actually pretty dang good. Yes, I am currently at this time running iOS 18 beta on it. So if you're asking me about the battery life, I really can't say, just because it's still beta software. There's still some battery drain every now and then that seems a little abnormal. But I'm gonna chalk that up to iOS 18 and not so much in the fact that it's like the phone itself. However, the battery is decent. Of course, I'm needing to replace the battery soon, so that's why I'm kind of holding off replacing the screen. My screen is cracked, if you guys didn't notice. It's actually cracked, but at the same time too, when I have them replace the screen, I'm also going to have them swap the battery and just continue to hold on to the iPhone 12, which is one of the things with iPhones and why people are currently upgrading today still. They're upgrading from things like the iPhone XS or the iPhone 10, the 10R, the iPhone 8. Any of those previous iPhones, there are people that still use them and they're looking to upgrade now. And the iPhone 12 is actually pretty decent, especially for the price that it's going for. As far as the chipset, it is the A14 Bionic chip. So it's still pretty capable at certain things. We got a 2815 milliamp hour battery. And the funniest thing about it is the selfie cam is a 12 megapixel. The main camera sensor, the wide angle sensor, is a 12 megapixel, and the ultra wide is also a 12 megapixel. So 12, 12, and 12. You get some decent photos with this and some decent video shots with it too as well. Compared to today's current devices, obviously today's current devices are going to do better in the video department as well as the photos, but the photos aren't too shabby. They're not too bad at all whatsoever. It does pretty good. I mean, it'll still get software support, so that's always a good thing. And if you're wanting to know, it does have a physical SIM tray, but it also supports eSIM 2 as well, which is probably one of the biggest things and the reasons why I went with this. It was actually between this and the iPhone 13 that I was actually looking for when I wanted to use an iOS device alongside my Google Pixel. And I landed a really good deal on this from a private seller. So that's just for me, but you can find some deals and some sales on it. It's got that updated iPhone look, so you got like the flat sides. You still got the silence key rather than an action key. If you prefer to have a silence switch that you can just toggle on, put the phone in silent mode and toggle it off, take it out of it, you still have that. Of course, it uses a lightning port still, so no type C on this at all. So you would still need the proprietary Apple charging cable and data sync cable for it. I would say the audio is pretty decent on this. I watch a lot of content on my iPhone 12, and I mean, it's a little flat sounding, but it's not bad at all whatsoever. I mean, you're going to be able to hear your video content you're watching, or even listen to music from the speakers if you choose to. I think most people just kind of pair them up with like AirPods, and they're good to go on that, which I have some AirPod 3s that I use with this. I don't have an Apple Watch yet. Yes, I am intending to get an Apple Watch to run along with this. But I'm a user of tech, and so I find the value in things now compared to like how I was before, where I was adamant about not using an iPhone. Glad that I pulled my own head out of my ass and gave it a shot. because the experience is actually pretty good. It's not too far different than running Android, is what I'll tell people. So there's not this giant learning curve, just a few things, right? Like how certain apps are laid out, going back between pages and apps may be different. You may have to reach all the way to the top here to hit the back button to go. You can actually swipe in some apps to go back like you would on Android. So there's not this giant learning curve going from Android to iOS. They're almost very similar in just about every way. And they're smartphones. And so besides making phone calls, text, and video calling, its other purpose is to use these applications, which we use on a daily basis, right? Social media, games, if you're a content creator like me, having tools to create content, is a very big thing. So is it worth getting in 2024 today? I would absolutely say yes, it is, especially for some of the price deals that's going on with the iPhone 12. But definitely worth picking up. And you can get that same experience with iOS 17, which is what it's normally on. iOS 18, it will be on. And if you want to test beta, you can on it. I wouldn't recommend it though, because if you need your phone to be perfectly functional, iOS 18 obviously is in beta, so some things may not work. I can tell you guys with a lot of things in iOS 18 on this, it hasn't really broken too much except for battery. It does not have the Apple Intelligence beta just yet. However, some services I ran on here did get RCS, like Metro by T-Mobile. RCS works on the iPhone 12, and Visible by Verizon also has RCS working on the iPhone 12. So for those who want to know, it is a great, I guess I would call it an entry device, which is why, I'm happy to have one, right? Running alongside my Pixel 8a, the iPhone 12 kind of fits in that category as being a flagship device from, about 4 years ago. Come this October, it'll be 4 years old. So that's pretty much my thoughts on the iPhone 12. If you guys want to know anything else, drop it in the comment section of the video. I'll be more than happy to answer your question. Thanks for checking out this video, and I will talk to you on the next one. And as always, peace.